Hey everyone, John here for Prepper JAKZ, coming to you from a remote location unknown around Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I'm coming to you today. I'm going to give you a threefer or a triple threat or however you want to call it. We're going to review 3 different items that we carry in the store. Number 1 is our hot ash stove. Sounds catchy, right? They actually have some really nice, cool products. So we're going to start with their little pocket stove. Then I'm actually going to demonstrate the Blackbeard fire starter. I'm actually kind of excited about this one. Been really interested to do this one for a while. And I'm going to do the Purefire Tactical Survival Fire Starter. This is the one that, if you may have seen the videos, it comes with some fat wood, some magnesium, and a roll of duct tape. And so it's one of the more exciting fire starters that we got going on here. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to open up the hot ash stove here. Comes pre-packaged in a little box, and we got some titanium and aluminum going on here. We have one assembled here in the store, but it has 2 little wing nuts, one right here and one right here. And so what you do is we'll loosen this one up here, and then what we'll do is we'll slide this out the bottom really light. Got the cross members for the top, and there's our 2 pieces. This one is actually our chimney. Nice little emblem here that's cut out. You can actually see it there. And then we've got the front legs and the back legs right there. Set that there for a second. And then our second wing nut over here. Now what this does is this is for the back end to attach the chimney. So let's go ahead and assemble this now that we have all of our pieces. Looks like a lot, but it's really not. So here's the front chute with the front leg. Has a little slot here. Put that in like that. We'll use one of the wing nuts to secure it. All right. And then we'll put on the chimney portion. It goes just like this. Also has the little slot right there. And then the hind legs. And what I'll do is I'll just bump them up right here against this. And secure that with the second wing nut. And there you go. We are fully assembled now with our rear legs, our front legs, and our hot ash stove. So we're ready to go. We're ready to light this baby up. So that's it. Pretty impressive, right? And then of course what these do, put these little babies right here together like this, and then they fit right there like that, and it'll hold a 9-inch skillet. So if you're doing breakfast eggs, that kind of stuff, it's a 9-inch skillet. And that's pretty impressive in itself. So you can tell by my hands, this is not a very big stove, but I'm excited about getting it lit. Now, I'm going to try to leave this here and light it all at the same time. According to the instructions that come with it, it says, do not fill from the top of the chimney. I don't know if that means, actually I do know what that means now that I think about it. You can start your fire through the top, but don't continue to put little sticks and stuff in here, because as the fire's going, if you put sticks in like this, you're going to get burned. That's why you have a little chute down here at the bottom, and then through the rest of it, through the air holes, it gets a lot of air, and it's basically a portable rocket stove, and it uses natural fuel. So it also comes with a little packet, a little backpack here, cloth pack, so that once this is all dirty and sooty and stuff, it doesn't get the rest of your stuff all dirty. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing lit. All right. So this is the Blackbeard fire starter. I know a lot of you have heard me talking about this, and I'm just really excited about this one. So let's go ahead and let me demonstrate how this thing works. So it has 3 different braids in it. So we're going to cut this one starting with the top 3. And so as you see, I'm only cutting just a little bit off of this, about an inch or so, roughly. Of course, now it doesn't want to cooperate, but that's okay. Trim that. Cut this just a little bit, like I said, about an inch. And then, so what I'm going to do from here is, kind of set this down for right now. I'm going to take one of these little braids. Notice there's still two here. Take this little braid right here, and I'm going to cut that right like this. All right, so we'll set that aside. I got a little bit of tinder here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, just like that. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to use the Purefire Tactical Survival Stick. Mentioned that a minute ago. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this just in a second. Put this up here in front. This is how easy it'll be to start. I'm starting with the stove in front of me. All right. Somebody's out there probably going, no, don't do it that way. You're going to get hurt. You'll put an eye out with that. So here, let's load this with some of this little bitty tinder stuff. Do that like that. All right, before I actually light that, let's do this. Take one of these little small pieces here. Set this down. Break this up. Toss it right down in there like that. Take this one, do the same thing. And you know, actually my favorite tinder is a pine cone. So I'm gonna light that, put it on the pine cone, and then I think I'm gonna use this little one. Put it on the pine cone and stick that in there, because that's my favorite tinder. So let's go ahead and get this puppy lit. Pick that up. Here, let's just do this. All right, now we're rolling. See, we got our fire going. We're gonna let that catch. We'll let our little sticks down here burn. We'll go with that. All right, we'll let this catch and then we'll come right back. All right, so as you can see from now, we're actually got it lit, got it going. It did take a little bit at first, but it was a little bit of practice. First time using it, trying to get it going, that kind of stuff. But we got it going, we got it lit, obviously. You know, if I can get my cameraman to come and kind of shoot down inside it just a little bit, it's actually kind of cool. You know, as you can see, the flames coming up from the front where it's being fed, self-fed from the front limbs. This is actually really awesome. So we were just talking off camera a minute ago, and we got talking about different things about what would be the purpose of this this stove. Well, obviously, one of the things that people like to judge on this is how fast it'll boil water. So this would be one of those things, one of those items that in a emergency situation, you have limitless your fuel depending on where you're located, obviously. So you know, you could start a fire pretty quickly. Obviously, it's not going to be something like in the middle of January when it's freezing. You want some instant heat, so you might use propane or cooking fuels or even lamp fuel for that matter to get your fire going and get your instant gratification to start with. But you know, as the day goes on, where you could build a fire, this might be some of your best fuel right here. As you see, we're just using little twigs. Little twigs can be found all over the place. It's the bigger ones that are hard to find sometimes, especially when it's wet out. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to put some of this little stuff in here, get it going, get a little more flame coming up, and then I'll put this water on there, and we'll see how long it actually takes to boil some water. All right, so while I'm stoking that, there it goes, it's coming up. You can see in the cup here, and I don't have a whole lot of water, but I do have some water. Let me put a little more in there. That should be enough. And so what we're going to do is we'll start the stopwatch here. Stopwatch. And I'm going to put this on here and we're going to see how long it takes till we boil a cup of water. Ready to go. Alright. And so when it starts to boil, we'll come back and we'll start the video back up and we'll get the timer going. So we'll be right back. Alright everybody, so we're coming back to you. As you can see, right here we got some bubbles coming up. It ain't gonna be much longer before we got some boiling going on. We're sitting currently at 3 minutes 25, 26. Where's my watch here? 3 minutes 30 seconds right there. And that's what we got from the time you all saw me put it on there. So I would say that this is boiling some water pretty quickly. We're coming up on almost 4 minutes. 3 minutes 45 seconds. I'd say that's pretty good right there. It ain't gonna be much more longer before we get a rolling boil. I'm impressed, and right there it is, sitting on the stove, so that you know that we are currently using the same stove we started with. Feeding the fire, got flames coming up. If you listen close, you can hear it hissing. 4 minutes 20 seconds. Can you hear it? That's all right. I'll take it. So there you have it. We've got the hot ash stove right there with the logo, with the flame. That's pretty cool right there in itself. Then we've got the Blackbeard fire starter that we started the fire with. So, and still plenty of it left. Plenty of it left. And then the Purefire Tactical. Took us a little bit of getting the coating off before we could actually use it, but man, that thing worked like a champ. So there you have it. And we are at 5 minutes 20 seconds. Got some bigger bubbles now. I'd still say that that's hot enough that we can make some EJ Skull Crusher, Snyder, blueberry oatmeal, and have us a good meal right there. How about y'all? Leave a comment down in the section. Let us know. Appreciate y'all watching. And this is John for Prepper JAKZ, reminding you that if you're not prepared, you don't know JAKZ. Prepper JAKZ.